Hello and welcome into the Kohort SK mods for our pilot season. We got the field set. We're going to be coming to the green flag here for the first ever SK mods here in the Kohort. So you can see here, Riley, Jake, and Steven were leading us to the green flag here for the first ever SK mods here in the Kohort. Appreciate you joining. It's going to be a good one. Here at Stafford Motor Speedway, we're going to have 40 laps, green flags in the air, and we're off. So these are the SK mods, so not as fast as the Wayland mods, so we should see some decent racing here. As we see one car off pace early on, one car up in the wall, some early drama. We have Riley Mauricio on the inside battling, Jake Grout, Connor Knowlton, making a name for himself here early on in this race, looking to the inside for P2, looking to get under Jake Ross. We had trouble on the track. Trouble. Hopefully, people avoided that stopped car there. Let's go see. So our first caution of the race comes out here in lap 2 at Stafford Motor Speedway. So let's go see what happened to Joshua Carey. So let's see if we can see. So he's back here. He goes a little high. There's a car that gets. Oh, okay. So we saw the car that got into the wall early there. Then it looks like Riley. Oh, his car was broken. He wasn't able to get off the track, and I think that's what ultimately brought out the caution flag. As he was just stopped on track here. We're gonna watch these cars come by, make sure that no one else had any damage here. Oh. Oh, no man's land. I think the best thing he could have done there is just not move. Yeah, he hit the gas, went high, and damaged some more cars unnecessarily so. But we do have two fast repairs here in this series, so it looks like we can get some damage fixed here early, and see how the rest of this race was going to unfold. Like I said, it's our first time doing the SK mods here. We do have some early action, so let's see if we can get Connor up here in the booth and see if Connor has any thoughts on the early caution here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Let's see. Hey Connor, it's Kermit up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. What's up, man?
Hey, so we have an early caution here. First time Kohort's running the SK mods. Appreciate all the assistance getting this running. How's it feel out there? You're running, I think, P3, P2. Talk to me.
It's sketchy. It's a lot sketchier than I was anticipating. The setup's really loose. The apron's really dangerous. So honestly, for me, today's just gonna be all about minimizing mistakes and just keeping it facing the right way.
Yeah, we do have 2 fast repairs tonight, being the inaugural race. Try to be on the safe side, you know, not knowing how these cars are going to drive. You mentioned they're pretty loose. So good luck keeping that car clean. Hopefully you don't have to use those fast repairs. You can stay out of trouble.
That's the goal. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Cheers. All right, so that's Connor Knowlton, the series admin for this. So he's talking about how loose the cars are. So that might be a testament to what happened there. As we saw that one car, I don't know who that was that got out in the outside wall, but he got in the outside wall and then collected Josh Carey that was on his inside, who also missed his exit. You know, they kind of drifted up into one another, went around. But a curious move by Josh Carey, moving and not getting off the track there and causing additional incidents. So something we're going to look at in a race review at the conclusion of this race to see what move could have been done with that damaged car. So it looks like we're doubled up, and we have Mello in the booth with us.
Yes, I'm ready to go.
All right, so we have Mello up in the booth with us. Appreciate you joining. So Mello, I'll get you caught up. I know we're having a comms issue, but we're heading through the 3-4, heading into the 5-6 graphics restart zone here. Riley Mauricio is going to go to the restart zone, and green flags in the air here at Stafford Motor Speedway. So Mello, appreciate you joining. I mentioned this our first time doing the SK mods. Talk to me about the SK mods and how they drive a little bit different from those late model stocks. Oh, just say that another car goes around.
Trouble. We got trouble in the back of the field here.
Looks like Nicholas Wawthorne spinning on the inside. Not sure if the caution's going to come out. He's off the track. So I think we're going to keep it green.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to stay in green. He's down on the apron, so we're going to keep this green flag racing going here. You want to see those green flag run, take advantage here. You don't want to have those cautions to just keep coming out, especially with the 40-lap race here. One thing Connor did say, and I think that it's kind of dividends. Trouble,
Another
more
car
trouble,
going around.
more trouble.
I think we have Kyle St. Jean, our late model champion, goes around. So let's go look and see what happened to Kyle St. Jean and see if he had a little help or maybe a little too aggressive on the throttle here in these SK modifieds. So let's go take a look and see what happened to Kyle St. Jean.
Well, I'll give you a little hint here. No one touched him, so
All right, so
that might...
So we have him there all by himself right there in the center of our screen. So the 3.7, just loses it. We did bring up Connor up in the booth, giving us the on-track perspective, and he says the cars are loose out there. And as we see our late model champion spinning around here in the SK mods in the early going. But one thing I do want to highlight, Mello, is that this is the first race of the night. We do have late models scheduled at this same track at 9 p.m. So hopefully we get some green flags going and we get the laps ticking off so we can get these cars out, down off the pits into the garage to get these late models on track on time.
With the cars being out here, you're going to have a little bit more grip, hopefully, in that late model stock race that's on the track already. Hopefully that builds up and we get some more traction in the next race. But like we were talking about before the wreck or the caution happened, Connor mentioned that the track down by the apron is slick. And as you saw there with Kyle St. Jean, he nipped it. Just a little bit of a touch and got loose on the exit. And it looks like these guys are going to be trying to stay above that bottom seam there.
Yeah, that's all it takes. You see it time and time again on some tracks. I look back at 5 flags. We had Trevor Haley was leading, kissed the apron twice, got a little loose, allowed Kermit to get under him in that last race. We all know how that one ended. But you touch on that apron here in these SK mods and late models, that's going to be your the end of your race. But you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity real fast, Mello, and go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors. So Emblem Athletics coming on board. I want to give them a shout out. They offer to provide championship shirts for our late model series starting at 9 o'clock tonight. And then also 5.6 Graphics coming on board. It's going to offer a paint for also the late model series here later tonight. So do stay tuned. We have the SK mods going and then late model stocks here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Week 1, Season 1 of the Kohort Late Model Stock Tour and SK mods. Mello, thanks again.
No, I think it's a good thing you got going here with having 5.6 Graphics and Emblem being a part of the team now. You got something rocking and rolling here with this, Kohort iRacing League. Make sure you guys check it out. It's a fun time.
Yeah, it looks like we're still singled up here. Should be double file this lap. So there we go. We got the car starting double up. We're going to go back green flag racing here. One more trip around the track here. So yeah, our first time out having double-digit cars. It's a good showing for the first time. Not knowing new series, and honestly, I don't think the SK mods are the most popular car on the series. So it's good to see that we have a decent-sized field here.
And I don't really mess with them whole. I feel like I have more experience with the SKs, but it doesn't really matter as long as you can drive the car good and handle it well. As Pace Truck is off here, we're get going green here, Kermit.
Through 3 and 4, heading into the 5.6 Graphics restart zone once again. Jake Grout, Riley Maruccio lead Connor Knowlton and the rest of the pack heading into turn 1.
Yeah, Connor's looking to try to make a stand. He got that win last week with the late model series. He's going to try to make his statement in this race, running the league, taking over. I think he's looking to try to get up here, but you only got a couple laps here until we're at the halfway point. So we got a little bit of trouble in the back of the field here, though.
Yeah, I see the car, slow car. I think we're going to keep it green. We got a battle side by side between Stephen Chiote, Kenny Troughton, Anthony Callahan, excuse me. Looking to the inside of Kenny Troughton here. Lifts in that Bush modified. So now we got single file racing through the field. So it looks like we're not going to have to go to single file restart. So that's good. The field's finding their grips now. So now let's see if we can see some good racing for these last 20 laps, Mello.
I think what's really going to happen here, as you can see, these guys are really, as it's going to get a little antsy up here in the front, but with the cars being, I would say, a little bit more bogged down than the Tours are. As you see 33 go up high there. you got to find your speed on that low line, and that's what you're going to have to do. You can't go around the outside. It's going to be hard to. You got trouble in the back of the field.
Another caution. We have a caution on the track. All right, so let's see who we have. Anthony Monroe. Anthony Monroe. Let's go see. Did it start with the Joshua Carey spin, perhaps? Let's see.
You know what it is, Kermit? It's another one of those. I touch the apron and exit. You just lose it. But we do have other people. That did
okay, yeah,
out from
the
it.
damage was ahead of Josh Carey. I think is who's this spinning here? Anthony Monroe. Yeah, so I think this is where the incident started. So let's see if we can capture this spin. Yep, on the apron. He caught it mellow, all by himself. Ooh, and then the 25 car. Very interesting. I think it was the 25. Let's see what happened to, I think it was Dakota Malore. So that's the 46. So I wonder if he gets into the 25. Yeah, he just, oh man. So you hate to see cautions after cautions with, yeah, that blue car there. Can't catch what number that was. But definitely spun around, then collected Dakota as he was coming by. Dakota looks like his suspension might be a little messed up. Might need to come in and use one of those fast repairs. But once again, this is our first race, so we opted to have 2 fast repairs in this race just to give people an opportunity. So it's not over for these guys.
It's not, and you know, with the move that was being made there by Connor up in the front before that caution just came out, you know, he just held the line. It looked like I can't tell who it was because I don't see him up there actually anymore. But he just got loose on the high side, and if you get loose on the high side, you're going to get freight trade from behind people in that low line.
Yeah, we see Riley Maruccio is now out of this race. He was in the lead, so I'm not sure what happened with the 32 car with Riley and why he opted to go out of this race. We see a car smoking at the front of the field. I'm not sure how the damage model works in these cars, but the smoke coming out of one of the leaders, very curious to see if that's maybe warming up the tires or if there's maybe a tire rub or something wrong with the suspension. So this could be interesting as we are heading into our third restart of this race through turns 3 and 4, heading into the 5-6 graphics restart zone. Now we have Jake Grout leading, Jake Grout leading Connor Knowlton now in this first race of the Kohort SK Mod Tour. So as we see Callahan down there on that apron, it's been hit or miss or whether or not we can maintain your tires and pace getting down on that apron. So bold move by Callahan here.
I will say this: we just found out from our trackside reporter that Riley had connection issues and had to drop because of packet loss. So hate to see it. Someone that was up there in the front to start the race had a bad internet to cause it. As we have another caution come out.
Another caution. So let's go see. We're missing these cautions. Looks like Dakota Malore. So let's go see. Let's play. Let's get our AMR safety crew out here.
Ooh, that was a big lick.
We see Dakota running back here by himself. We're going slow motion. See where the incident happens. See if we can play it. Oh, okay, there it is. So we have the 69 car gets loose and then just straight T-boned by Dakota here. Oddly enough, the 69 car was the car that we were looking for in that last replay that also clipped Dakota. So completely incidental contact between both these cars, but that's 2 cautions in a row that end in contact between Dakota Malore, our late model stock champion last season, and the 69 of Joshua Carey, who's had his fair share of trouble tonight.
Well, you know, I thought for sure that these guys would clean it up a little bit, you know, with those first early cautions. It's, you know, it's going to happen. But as you see the races go on, it's nothing been with the drivers, you know, trying to move someone out of the way to get track position, but it's hitting the apron. It has honestly been the biggest one, or driving it in too hard. And you hate to see that because you would rather see some really good, clean green flag racing, but it looks like we're going to have to wait for that chance to come up here, hopefully on this restart here.
Yeah, we got them doubled up here, so we're going to be heading into the 5-6 graphics restart zone here in a minute. As I go through the field, our top 5, Jake Grout, Connor Knowlton, Stephen Chiote, Kenny Charlton, and Anthony Callahan round out the top 5. So let's see if we can get some green flag laps under our belt as they're heading into turn 3, getting ready to exit turn 4, now heading into the 5-6 graphics restart zone. Green flag once again here at Stafford Motor Speedway.
Jake's getting that big jump. I'll tell you what, he's going to be able to clear Connor. Connor says, no, I'm going to stay on that outside, try to make it work here. But he's going to have to drop down at some point, or 72 is just going to run right over him. And Steven's just going to stay back to that bumper of Jake Grout here going into 3 and 4.
Yeah, we got a nice battle up here for the lead. Oh, get a little loose on the inside. That's going to give Connor the momentum on the outside. Oh, trouble in the back.
Trouble!
Let's see. We have 2 cars off the track in the back. We'll see if it puts out the caution. Leaders are going to be coming around, so it's going to be interesting to see if the track is clear or not.
We got more spinning. Oh, no, off track, sorry.
As long as it looks like the track's clear, so we're going to keep this green. That's going to allow Connor Knowlton to go ahead and gap the field here at his home track, Stafford Motor Speedway. So Jake Grout's going to, you got loose. He's going to look to try to gain that position back, because we see Steven Giote looking to make a move on the inside.
I'll tell you what, with Connor right now, I mean, it looks like everybody's just trying to find the paces. With only 9 laps to go here, coming up, it's going to get dicey here towards the end of this race.
Yeah, just as we say that, we see the black car of Kyle St. Jean trying to redeem himself. Nice contact there. He's able to stay off of, I think, Kenny Trotton's on his outside. So a little wheel-to-wheel contact. They don't go around, so all's well that ends well. So we see slight contact again. I think making that slight, as you see some smoke on track, but making that slight contact here on the mods is a little more risky than it is in the late models, as Connor's pulled away for a second gap here in that black 2 car.
I'll tell you what, with that gap, as someone just been disqualified, but we have Knowlton still with this big gap over the rest of the field here. It's going to take something for these guys. I mean, honestly, caution's probably on the way that they're going to be able to catch up to him here, as Connor's looking to steal this win here at Stafford in the first race of the SK Modified Series.
Yeah, and we got a battle brewing for second place. It looked like the 49 car of Jake Grout might have got into the back of Steven Chiotta just a little bit and move him out of the way, got to his inside. He's going to look to clear him here heading into turn 3. Still battling side by side.
It's getting antsy out here, Kermit.
Oh my goodness, he's loose. That's going to allow the black car of Kyle St. Jean to make a move on his inside. Doesn't have enough space, but he makes space. They're still battling back here for, I think, this is 4th position with the lapped car, staying out of the way. Very respectable of these guys driving, battling for the top 5 position. Once again, Connor gapping the field by a second half. Contact with the outside wall. That should make them go single file here. Kyle St. Jean still battling on the inside of the 49 car of Jake Grout.
He's holding him up. He's not pushing. He's not really getting to the bumper, as we have a lap car in the way there. This is going to, oh no, it's going to slow things up here on that bottom side.
Yeah, that's definitely going to make them single file as they had to move. Coming to 2 to go here at the line for Connor Knowlton. Definitely, once he was able to find that fresh, clean air up in the front, definitely class of the field. Pulling away, comfortable lead. 2 to go.
I'm shocked. I really thought something was going to come out of that with that little pack there. They were not giving each other an inch, and they were making sure that they were going to have some paint on each other's cars at the end of this race.
Yeah, I think the battle back here, another car spinning off the track. This is the closest battle we have back here. So we'll see if they have any damage that's going to impact Connor as he's coming around to take the white flag.
Yeah, Connor's got this in the clear here. As we got more spinning in the back.
Oh, that might bring out the caution. Let's see. That's going to do it. Connor Knowlton's going to bring home the checkered flag here in the first race of the SK Modified Series in the cohort. Connor Knowlton bringing home P1. Steven Chiotte in P2. And Kyle St. Jean, our late model series champion, bringing it home P3. Great race by these guys. Let's go down and do some driver interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kyle St. Jean's Kermit up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Hey, Kyle St. Jean, I'll tell you what, late model series champion coming here in the SK Modifieds. You give a good run here, bringing home P3. How'd it feel out there?
Pretty good. I, dinged up absolutely every single bar on this race car trying to get to the front, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, talk to me about the difference between this car and the late model stock here we're going to get ready to go into. I think you're doing double duty tonight, leaving the SK mods and driving the late models. Talk to me about the difference between the two.
You just have a lot more grip in these cars. I'm going to be absolutely out till lunch in the late model race.
Yeah, it's interesting you say more grip here. I think we saw you spin around early by yourself, maybe pushing a little bit too hard on cold tires. What happened in that?
Man, I was just trying too hard to get to the front. Did the same thing in qualifying. Started in the back. Had to make my way up front, so.
Yeah, well, you managed to fight your way back, bring it home. P3, do you have any shout-outs to any sponsors?
None at all.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll look to get you some sponsors in the future. Maybe Emblem Athletic will reach out. We'll see what they can do. But I tell you what, you do have an Emblem Athletic shirt on the way to your house for that series championship last season. So good luck. Well, congratulations here, and good luck in your late model race.
All right, thank you.
Cheers. Steven, Kermit up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, bringing it home, P2. Everybody wants to know, how do you pronounce your last name?
It is pronounced Choate.
Choate.
C-H-O-A-T-E.
All right, do me a favor and don't watch the race broadcast, because I was saying Chiote the entire time.
You know what? That is perfectly all right, man. I've experienced that my entire life. I even told Connor, I was like, hey, you should let him know how to say my last name. So I was already I was expecting it. So you're all good, bud.
All right, well, bringing it home, P2 here in the first SK mod race in the cohort. Appreciate you coming in. How did it feel out there? Was it tight, loose? How was the track?
It was very loose, especially when you run onto the apron. You get really loose. I'm sure if you watch back, you can see where I about spun out twice in front of the whole field, but I was able to catch it and come home with second place.
Yeah, it was a good run. There was some drama out there. Definitely some slipping and sliding, especially when you got down on an apron. Do you have any shout outs to any sponsors or teams?
I gotta shout out my team JTT. They actually helped me get into the modifieds, so big thanks to them. I don't have any sponsors, so thanks me, I guess. No.
All right, Stephen Choate bringing it home. P2, or Stephen Choate, formerly here in the cohort series. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Stephen Choate, everybody. Now let's go get our champion, bring him up here.
Got it.
We got Connor Knowlton. You're up in the booth. Kermit, you got me?
Yes, loud and clear, boss man.
I tell you what, Connor, you came to me last week and were like, hey, what do you think about adding a SK mod series to the cohort? I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Little did I know that you were a ring man out here.
Oh man, yeah, I had to represent for Stafford. This is my favorite car track combo. I love the SKs. I love Stafford. But the shame that Riley up front disconnected. I don't think I actually really had anything for Riley up front. Because if you think I'm a ringer, man, that guy I brought in, he's quick. Shame he was having some power problems. We couldn't get to see a good battle at the end there, but oh man, so much fun.
Yeah, we definitely saw the pace that Riley had. We had Mello up on the booth with us. He was able to reach down into the pit road and identify that it was a connection issue that forced Riley out of this race early. We do hate to see that, but we do like to see Connor Knowlton bringing it home P1. Do you have any shout outs, any sponsors, friends, anything?
I'd like to shout out JTT Racing. We've expanded. We are now officially in the cohort series, late model stocks, and for the SK modifieds. Got a bunch of people running right now. A bunch of people in the Discord we were talking throughout the race. And I don't have any sponsors on the SK. Just like to keep it simple, like to keep it clean. So just simple black color. All the contingency sponsors. I'd like to thank our contingency sponsors for the cohort. Help keep the show afloat. So shout out to those guys. They're legends.
Yep, Emblem Athletic and 5-6 Graphics, definitely appreciate them coming on, offering their services to the racers of the cohort. But congratulations, Connor. Good luck in your late model race.
Thank you.
All right, that's Connor Knowlton bringing home P1 here. Mello, let's see if we can go back. Let's close this. See if we can get the results here. Because we need to see if we can identify who our biggest mover of the race. That's not going to be in the results tab, so we'll have to go back and look and see. And this results tab, Mello, is not correct, so we're just going to go ahead and ignore this. We're going to act like that.
Spread false.
We're going to
No false information.
act like that never happened. So here it was, Stafford Motor Speedway, 40 laps, SK Mods. You know, there was some slipping and sliding, but overall, I don't think there's anything overly aggressive. I think it was a matter of the track. What'd you see out there?
You know, a lot of the racing came down to just, you know, making sure you could keep the car on the track. Yeah, like we saw with Kyle St. Jean early on, early spin out, but as people throughout the race, I think we had probably, 4 or 5 cautions, probably 5, I think, at the end of it. But with the 5 cautions, people had to get racked up, stacked up again, and then you can gain those positions on the restart. I think that's your biggest move, is gain the positions on the restart when everybody's slow and checked up, and then just be consistent the rest of the way.
Yeah, we definitely had some crashes throughout here. But up front, I think it was good, clean battles up there in the front of the race that made for an exciting last 10 laps. As we see, going back and look at some of the wrecks that happened throughout this race. We had some cars saying that it was loose, and then we had others saying that it was more a lot of grip. So I think that goes into how people drive the cars, so if maybe you're a little bit over aggressive, or maybe you drive different types of cars, people are going to feel different things as far as like loose, tight, maybe a lot of grip, front grip, losing rear grip. So I think it's a lot of different driving styles out there, which is going to make the Kohort maybe some exciting racing here moving forward in the season.
Yeah, with the apron, I feel like that was the biggest killer for anybody out there on the track. It wasn't really because, bumpers were being touched and getting spun out, which honestly, applaud to those guys saying that they, kept it clean. They kept it clean. There was a little bumping and, rubbing, but nothing, no crazy moves, no pushing out of the way and whatnot. So the fact that the cautions were just from the apron. So, that apron, that's going to have to get some grip on that bottom side there.
Yep. Well, so we'll see what happens here next season. That's going to do it for week 1. Connor Knowlton bringing it home P1. Stephen Choate, Billings, Montana, bringing home P2 in the blue and black mod. And then Kyle St. Jean, once again, our late model stock champion in the first season, bringing home P3. And that's going to wrap it up for our first edition of the SK Mods here at the Kohort. Appreciate you joining me, Mello. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope to see you next week.